My aim is to connect music makers to audio gear easily and cheaply in order to decrease the cost involved in creating great sounding music. Pretty simple, but it's also fairly large and comprehensive as well. So the big problem is that the music industry is worth over $67 billion, but every year since about 2009 there's been a tracking of nearly 7% shrinking each year in terms of recorded music income. Now, obviously, you can't be a band, you can't be an artist without having a recorded product. So every artist is making money through various forms, through sync, publishing, live, things like that. So you're finding the music industry is growing, but the amount of money that's coming back from recorded music is shrinking. So there's like a disconnect where you need one to support the rest, but you need to make it cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. At the same time, with the digital recording revolution and everything, we're finding a huge explosion in the amount of artists, the people that can actually create music. In 2008, MySpace had over 4 million, and by 2014, there's over 10 million music creators listed on SoundCloud, active each year. So the actual market of people who are creating music is expanding rapidly, but they're spending less money per recording to do it. The other thing is that in creating music, whether you're doing electronic music or band music, the vast majority of the resources are only used for a small amount of time. If you're recording a drum kit, you might record that for a day or two, and then you don't need to do it again for another year till you make your next album. So there's a huge amount of dead capital that's sitting within the industry. The same goes for spaces, the same goes for whether that's rehearsal rooms or whatever. There's just a large amount of dead capital that's sitting there unused. So our solution is to create a peer-to-peer marketplace that has various aspects to it to help in the creation and the performance of music. We will have increased ease of touring, so we can support the live sound aspects as well, which are the parts that are growing, as well as the music production and recording parts. And we're going to provide access to a wider range of gear for everyone. And once again,
problems here and you will focus on them, and then problems there and you will focus there. You will jump from one to another, which potentially is kind of risky. I'm not saying it's bad now, because the rest I'm hearing is good, but these four things kind of scares me a little bit.
So when we definitely had a
you started from them, or you just made them because you saw the demand from the market?
Basically, once we had built this upload form and a gear characterization and the database that runs it, it was only a couple more clicks to add the four.
And you just decided to make them because nobody asked you. I mean, the customers didn't say like.
Well, I did do a survey amongst friends of mine in the industry, and I said, what would you like to hire? How often would you hire it? How much would you generally pay? And how would you like to pay?
Okay.
And so it came back with that. Now, when I sat down with a friend of a friend, so like a mentor kind of person, and their suggestion was basically in a similar vein. They said it's not bad, but they were worried about how much it was doing. And so upon their advice, that was when we started trying to just advertise, focus, build users only in the ASP. Now, her suggestion was not to take it down because we'd already built it.
Yeah.
But there's not, that was her basic suggestion, to advertise externally to push that one thing and to grow that. And that's where we've found our transactions are growing, that's where we found our feedback is growing.
Transactions are going through this ASP, right?
Yep.
Most of them?
Most.
Or 100% or
no.
Not 100?
No.
So you still have some other things?
Still have some other ones. And what we've found is it's potentially like a gateway, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. That would be great if the company would be multi-million, like thousands of transactions a day, then that would be perfect, awesome. Yeah. But when you're still having 100 a month, that's the narrow you are, the smaller you are in terms of focus, the better.
Yep.
If you're just doing one thing, it's better to have 100 transactions in one thing instead of 100 spread over 4 things, because in that case means that each of these things are less valuable, for the market.
Yeah. So last month, it would be about 80% was this ASP.
What's your plan to become big? How are you going to grow? Are you planning to grow? What's your steps?
In terms of user numbers?
In terms of you have 100 transactions a month. How are you going to grow to 100,000?
Yep.
What's the plan?
So as you know, with any network effects, the thing is that right now, we have a few thousand users, And so if you go on, you may or may not find the right piece of equipment that you're looking for. So that's interrupting us as well. So our plan...
So they basically don't find the equipment they need?
Well, only because we're small. When we have 100,000 users, the likelihood of that will be like very, very slow.
Okay.
So the plan is we've budgeted out to around about 10,000 users by summer. Which is quite easily sustainable by the processing that we've done. We've figured out it's around about $4 US for custom requirement through Facebook if we just kept it at that.
Okay.
We've now got a range of partnerships that I've gotten going. So one is Musex, which I came through South by Southwest, a friend of a friend. So they have 80,000 users on their application, and they're willing to work with us. I spoke with the CEO. They're going to do a mail out to all of their users, and we'll do a mail out to our users, things like that. So we're going to use industry connections that I've already got. We've got a meeting set up for next week with Abbey Road for the same kind of thing. So now the next step is to take, so we keep our Facebook advertising that we know is very strong. Mm-hmm. We know it's $4, we know what we're doing. And now it's leveraging the network that I have and leveraging the ambassadors and their network. So as I mentioned with the pros, we would have expectations where they say a few things on social media per month to grow that.
And another question, how do you split the company now? You have 3 founders or 2 founders? You showed me.
Yeah, so we have
people, but 2 people are just helping you, just freelancers.
So we have we have 10 million shares currently.
10 million, okay.
Yep, issued. I have 4.5 million. Mm-hmm. James has 3.
To use money in order to acquire customers, like keep buying them on Facebook. Like you said, $4 for a customer, and you're going to keep buying and until June you want to buy 10,000 users, right? Approximately. That's what I get.
Not just buying, no, but that's their growth. Yeah. Well, we are advertising to get customers. Yes.
I think now, well, that's again my understanding. I think now that would be more important for you to focus with the money and spend money, not on acquiring the customer base, because you already have some customer base, you already have transactions, you already have something happening, and you have the growth. So you're growing now. You're not like going down.
No.
And you will continue to grow if you just let it go. I think so.
Okay.
Or I'm wrong. If you just stop buying anything, stop the promotions.
We actually stopped for a few weeks and it still kept going, yeah.
If you just stop spending money on this, it will just go. It will just go growing. And I think that you want to be big, right? You don't want to have 100 users, 1,000 users. You want to be like millions, right? Yeah. Otherwise, there's no point of doing that because it's a platform, right?
Yep.
The platform, it's interesting only if it's big. So to make it big, you need to jump from 100 users to 100,000 users or 1 million users.
Yep.
You cannot do it with money. You
No, I agree.
It should, with the marketing, you can afford. I mean, I cannot give you a lot of money right now, but I can make a small investment into you, which will help you in money raising, which will show your other capitalists. I mean, these venture guys, these VCs, that somebody started to invest. You said that they're like friends and family. It should be visible here. I mean, fun. This is just your personal money, right?
Yeah.
So you just put seed money of those 2 personal, like 2.
But we definitely need to update that with the rest because there's another.
You need to show that there is some, that there are some investors on board. Now there are 0 investors, just you. That will be difficult for you to raise money.
So we put.
If you put my name in there, that will show not just my name, but somebody else gave you money. So you need to
put
show
them
the
in.
profile, make sure that everything looks like. But people started to invest to you. People gave you money already.
Yep.
And then you go and raise bigger amounts. And I don't think you need to look for like 250. You need to look for more. Like
I would. I think that would be much better.
Yeah. Because 250,
that's
good
survival money.
That's survival money.
Yeah, it's definitely. I know it's survival money. I know that.
Good before you had the traction.
If you think we're ready, then it's the next step is million plus easily.
Exactly. I cannot give you 20,000. I cannot give you 10 because you're just. I explained the problems. I don't know how you will react to my feedback. Maybe you will just walk away and keep doing what you're doing. Maybe you will listen to me and you will change. And I can try. I'm ready to gamble. I'm ready to give you 5,000, like I said, because I like the business. I think you have a potential, but I have my doubts, which are quite big still, because I just explained you my concerns, and maybe you will listen, maybe not. I don't know, but I can try.
Yep.
And then if it works, I'll be an investor of something interesting. If it doesn't, then okay, you're gonna lose, I'm gonna lose. And currently, how do you value your business right now? What do you think it costs right now? What's the value?
In terms of the value of our company, or
the value of the company, yeah. Because when I invest, I usually need to know what's the approximate value of the company right now.
I've had wildly swinging opinions on this, as I'm sure you know. One of my friends who has a startup here, he suggested that because we have product already, we should not be considering ourselves under $1 million. He's the most trustworthy person I have to take advice from. So yeah, I would say it's definitely above $1 million.
So I'm ready to give you 5,000 with the value of $1 million. That's usually what we do, and 1 million sounds good. So, I mean, it sounds reasonable.
Okay.
We're giving safe.
Yep. It's like safe. Yeah. That's what we've done everything with.
So we just put.
So you want a cap of $1 million?
Cap $1 million and 5,000. Can send you the money tomorrow.
Okay.
Think about it.
Yeah, I'll think about that. Yeah.
If you feel like it, then we can do it.
I think it's
If not, you can take my advice and keep doing and come back to me in a month. Maybe the situation will change like dramatically. You will be in a way better position because you will have some investors maybe already planning to give you money or something. But at the moment, as I understand, you don't have any hot investors. Because this is an interesting platform. I don't know, I mean, I'm not an expert in this business, but it seems like you guys know what you're doing in terms of like you're originally from this area, from musician, from music area. So you probably understand these things, and you have transactions, you have payments, so people are using you. And just in 1 month, you get 100 payments, which is not huge amount.
It's not huge, but it's
the growth is
it's actually more than we expected, though, to be honest.
But the growth is there, yeah.
Okay.
So think about it and email me back tomorrow.
I'll do that. Okay? I'll email you tomorrow.
Thanks for coming.